Hey everybody, it's Vallen from Mischief of Mice, here with another episode of Guild Wars 2, Heart of Thorns. Today is episode 5. Before I jump into that, I'm going to explain a little bit about the mastery system and some of the additional abilities that I gained. I'll have a little thing up here in the top left corner that should allow you to skip that should you just want to get right into the story. But until then, let's open up the hero menu. So mastery points. As I've been able to accumulate those over time, you'd think just by clicking I'd be able to spend them. Well no, actually what they allow you to do is once you've earned enough experience on a level, on one of these masteries, then if you have enough available mastery points, you can unlock it. So first you must train it, then you can unlock it with the points. And your training is earned through the experience that you gain at the bottom here. So currently I'm working on updraft use. Essentially allowing me to regain flight by, if you look in where my pointer is here, you'll see some swirlies in the sky. Those are updrafts, and they'll allow me to fly back into the sky and refresh the durability meter on my glider's current. But beyond that, you can actually unlock these through certain things. Right now, Nuhawk, or Nuhawk, I don't know how it's pronounced, but essentially I have to go to the Tangled Depths before I can even unlock this mastery course, which is several different steps. And then there are different ones, the Itzels, the Exalted, and so on. And right now I'm just trying to do this because I do want the updraft use so that I can actually fly around a bit further and longer. Eventually I would love to get the really high ones where you don't have endurance on your glider and you can glide along on the ley lines and so on. But then some of the other ones are really good too. I mean, you get immunity to Itzel poison, bushes or whatever they are. I've run into these a couple times. They almost instantly kill you. You only live a few seconds and so on. I mean, there are many that will help you out. And just to go over the what I did unlock recently, is I have gone up to here, which live vicariously. When you heal an ally, you are also healed, which is wonderful because I'm always healing with my solar beam. And then natural stride. Well, actually, here, I'll start at the top. Celestial Shadow. It grants super speed and stealth to nearby allies when I'm leaving my celestial avatar form. As I currently am not going in and out of my celestial avatar form that often, I'm not finding it to be quite as useful, so I opted not to choose that one. Forgive me a moment while I end up fighting this creature here. I'll tell him to attack as well. In the meantime, Seed of Life. This one here reduces the recharge of the glyphs, which you see here. I recently unlocked a couple new abilities. Am I being attacked by another item? Okay, he's killing the pocket raptor. Good. As you can see, I've unlocked a couple of glyphs, and I equipped those just because I thought it would be cool to try them out. Not necessarily because they would match with some kind of build I was really working for or not, but essentially this will allow those to recharge faster, which they already do recharge pretty quick with 20 seconds, and then it also will plant a seed. And if you're in your avatar form, which actually, let me click here, this one here, Seed of Life. Summon a seed that heals and cleanses nearby allies of conditions when it blossoms. So essentially, you drop a new Seed of Life whenever that happens. And I am constantly getting attacked while I'm trying to do this. This is ridiculous. Alright, well hopefully Peaky here will take care of this guy for me. Alright, but anyway, I'll just loot that. Then I ended up opting for Natural Stride. Reduces duration of movement and pairing conditions. This seemed to be an ongoing issue with me. Whenever I was in battle and I was getting crippled quite regularly, I would end up dying or taking a lot of damage on area of effect items on the ground, or those Mordrum wolves would catch up to me non-stop because I would end up getting crippled. So this essentially increases my movement speed if I have those conditions on me, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a passive effect, and I'm already having enough trouble keeping up with the new build as it is. And then, of course, the new Unnatural Mender. Increase outgoing healing whenever you heal another ally. So it increases your healing effectiveness, maximum of 10 stacks, and that's just fantastic. So, especially since I'm going for kind of a support build and not really a lot of damage. As you'll notice, I don't really take down the enemies quite too quickly. But that's pretty much it for the items that I've got there. I did get a new piece of gear at the end of the last setup here, and that's the bladed mask. You can choose to go with light, medium, or heavy armor. I chose medium, obviously, because the ranger is. And I'll give a quick preview here. You can see there it is on the character. I'm not really going to go for it because it does not match the theme that I have here, which I really do enjoy. But there you go, you've seen it now. And let's get into it. So on the map, we are currently, next objective is going to be heading south down here, and we're going to need to speak to Tislak. So off we go. Alright. And I might as well float my way down there, because why not? I have a glider, and it's just awesome. As you can see, it actually makes this picture of the dragon on top of the glider itself. Oh, and I should say, airship cargo. Some of the rewards I've received have been these packed crowbars. You can actually use those to open up cargo. But right now I'm being attacked by a beetle who is going to try and kill me. I'm not going to open up that. Essentially, it's a chest. So let me just eliminate this obstruction quickly. And we can get into opening this item. So essentially you get a crowbar, which is just a key. Then you can open the item, and you get yourself a whole bunch of items. In this case I actually got a green item, which is cool, because you can end up salvaging that for some magic find, as well as some other possible good materials. But moving on, let's continue heading south. So I'm currently really looking forward to leveling up the ability of my glider, because it doesn't really have enough endurance, in my opinion. I mean, obviously they do that so that you can keep developing it and learning about it. You'll also notice, if you look here, that there is a blur through the object. It currently will now highlight some of the treasure chests and points of interest like that when you come across them and you're looking through stuff. I found that to be very, very handy indeed. So let's see if we can get past these mushroom guys without too much incident. And I just realized I'm heading in the wrong direction. So let's get back over here. No worries there. Return to me and leave him alone. There's Tislak. Alright, I'm gonna put the toughness back on.
Good to see you again, my friend. On Kanamiatli's orders, I'm ready to help you find your companions who went ahead.
Sounds good to me. Let's get to it.
Your friends may be skilled fighters, but they left a trail even our newest scouts could follow.
I'm not surprised. They're in a rush. Can you tell me which way they went?
I've just sent a squad of new recruits into the jungle. They will have seen some sign of your friends.
All right, but how do I find your scouts?
Here, use this warbler to locate them. Find them, inform them that I sent you, and they'll steer you right.
Perfect. Thanks, Tislak.
Alright, here we go. Finally got over to a location here. I'm gonna try and keep these guys at bay so that I can start using my warbler. Away, you. I don't want any. Alright. And one of the items that I also unlocked is the ability to bounce on one of these mushrooms. Which is cool, because you can use them to get around places very quickly. And it also allows you to get a little altitude with your glider there. So I'm going to use my warbler here. And let's see if we can get this to work. Aha! So you guys essentially were sent to scout ahead, and instead you hid under some rocks. Sounds great. You instill confidence in me.
Oh, hello. When I heard the warbler, I was expecting someone else.
Me too.
Tislak sent me. I tasked 2 of my people with tracking Mordrum prisoners, and now I need to catch up with them. I need to find the prisoners or my trackers. One's a young Norn, and the other's a Char with a flaming sword.
Sorry. Haven't seen anyone like that. But I did hear about two strangers cutting their way west toward Auric Basin. Mundi, another scout, is stationed in that area. He might have seen something. Your warbler should lead you to him.
Of course my warbler will lead me to him. So I need to go over to this area here and use the warbler there. Alright. Continuing on. And I think getting up high is actually going to be beneficial, since it looks like I may have to cross a large gap soon. Well, that was good. Didn't actually go anywhere. Alright. So you can see the endurance on my glider. It doesn't really last that long. It oftentimes won't last long enough for me to actually land for any decent length of what do you call it? Glides, I guess? Flights? I don't know that I can get there from here. I'm gonna have to go all the way around. Now let me see how far up this goes first, and then I'll make the decision then. That looks like a dead end to me. Alright. Back the way we came. And I did find that once you end up running out of endurance in your glider, if you fall far enough, you'll actually build a little bit of the endurance back up. But I often find it's best just to save a little bit so that you can still escape from things like that. Or, well, so that you can still escape the damage from just landing on the ground. Alright, and moving on through these small paths. Here. I'm not having any part of that. Hopefully we'll be able to get to this other area without too much issue.
Do me a favor, spar with that.
And of course there are events going on, so this really encourages you to experience the map a little bit, explore some. I mean, down here is, I think it's the shooting range, shooting gallery, which is kind of like a mini game. You go around shooting these little dummies that pop up all around this entire area, trying to get a high score and getting some treasure in the process. It's kind of cool, and it introduces you to using a rifle if your class doesn't use one. Alright, so here we are, in this room here. Let's see if we can use our warbler. There he is.
Hey, where'd you get the warbler?
Tizlak gave it to me. He and Kawada said you could help find my friends. A Char and a Norn.
I saw them, led by Amayari, and a big flaming sword. They headed toward the border of our hunting grounds. Ubek, one of my fellow scouts, is stationed near there. A word of warning. Ubek was scouting a hostile Caustic Itzel village there. Be very careful when you approach her. I also strongly recommend you learn to use the local mushrooms. You'll need powerful jumps to get where you're going.
Which that pretty much implies that I would need that unlock in order to progress further, as I did earlier with unlocking gliding. So, let's see if I can find out where that is. Alright, up here by the Caustic Grounds. And I'm on my way. Oop. And here we are closing in on this area here. I did find you can take some damage from things while gliding and still fare quite fine. Be just... Oop, there we go. Just fine. Alright, warbler time. That's no good. Just a bunch of,
That hurt.
dead people, unless they are below. Or above.
I fight for the pack.
Oh. Well, that's not in the right. Oh, that is in the right area. So perhaps I need to climb higher. Like he said, with mushrooms.
They'll be dead before you know it.
Let's see if I can get up there with one of these. It sure looks like it to me. There we go.
Start praying. I never miss.
Looks like I might end up having to fight a local before I end up continuing on. Boys. Oh, I thought that he disappeared and ran away, but I guess he's still here. Alright. Let's talk to Scout Ubek.
I'm trying to keep a low profile here, but you've clearly got a purpose. What do you need, stranger?
Tislak sent me. I'm looking for a Char with a flaming sword and a Norn. If I get you out of here, will you help me?
Get me out? After all the trouble I went through to get in.
So you're not a prisoner?
I let myself get captured to learn all I can about the Goztec Itzel's situation. And I've got a lot more to learn. But I can help you. I did see your friends, hot on the heels of a Mordrim prisoner caravan, headed west.
Thanks, and good luck with your mission.
Interesting. Alright. Next, we just need to leave the Itzel village. Simple enough. And there we go. That was a pretty easy mission. Alright. Looks like I'll be seeing you folks next time. Let me know if you enjoyed the video series so far. Really appreciate to find out if you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe. Until next time. See ya.